Hey guys, welcome back to Off the Record, where we talk about
whatever we
want. Anthony Lee is back and engaged.
That's an announcement.
How does it feel?
It feels good. It feels like you unlock a different level, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because before it was just like nothing but insecurity for like years. Just
insecurity?
Like, is this gonna be the one?
No way. What kind of insecurity?
You know, just like, it's like, is this gonna be the person I'm gonna share my food with for the rest of my life? Yeah. Is this gonna be the person that I always have to like share my bed with, where I'm always like sleeping this much on the bed? She's like everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. I love it. It does feel like, for some reason, anybody who's married, help me out here with this. It does feel like there's like a secret level that just unlocked.
It does feel different.
And like trust and intimacy and stuff like that, just kind of like, I don't know how to.
You couldn't trust her before?
Get the fuck out of here.
She might steal my money, but then now to this ring, it's our money. What if she can't steal what we both have?
Because I think everyone has a different experience of unlocking, right? Like, what is your unlocking experience? Like, now you're telling your Instagram password now?
Yeah. I don't know. No, like the energy's different. Like I feel like the farts just get louder. No. You know what I'm talking about? Like
open?
Everything's just more open. Yeah, everything's just a lot more like it's like if the walls weren't down before, for whatever reason, there's like maybe an invisible wall that is just extra down.
So did you feel like you've been open, and then after you got engaged, you're like, I'm even opener that I didn't know?
Yes, I feel like I was already at 100% capacity, but that's not because like I wasn't. It's not that I was at 80. It was that I was 100% capacity for my level. I just wasn't like the next level.
You weren't aware of the next level.
So are you pooping with the door open now? Because that's the ultimate.
It's always happening, to be honest.
Are you diarrhea? Can you diarrhea? Can you diarrhea while looking at her?
I can't.
Well, that's the next level.
Can we get to her eyes?
Coming out, it's like the sound of it, right?
I know you've done that though.
I'm a gentleman.
Are you sure?
Yeah, right.
I could do like a really, like a silent poop, like a huge log that doesn't make a lot of sounds or anything, like a soft serve. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I could look her right in the eye if there's no sound. But even if it's like a non-smelly shit and it's just like really, but it's just loud sounds, I'm like, I'm kind of embarrassed.
The sounds are worse, actually. Like, sometimes you go on the toilet, right? And then like, let's say I'm being a gentleman that day and I close the door. And it's one of those like, like that. Like it's just, you just
torpedo.
Yeah, no, there's nothing coming.
Oh, you mean when the gas is just kind of like,
and then it just resonates in the toilet bowl? I'm like, oh fuck, sounds way worse than it is.
Hey, come in here and look at this. Come in here and look at this. There's nothing in here.
How long were you guys dating before you got engaged?
6 years?
Yeah, so that's like a good amount of time for
That
most people.
was. I would arguably say though that like anywhere from 40 to 50% of my time I wasn't in the country. So like there was actually I had this thing.
Like a 3-year relationship.
Kind of. I had this thing with Nina where like I never spent more than 3 months at a time in the country, and we had this interesting relationship thing where you know when you get really comfortable with somebody after a while, so then like the thing starts to kind of like annoy you a little bit, and then I bounce, and then suddenly like distance makes the heart grow all fond and stuff. So then suddenly you come back and then you're back in like honeymoon phase because you haven't seen each other for a long time because I'm also gone for like 3 months, and then everything's like great for like X period of time, and then afterwards you start getting a little comfortable, and then right when it's about to be like settled, you're
like you feel an argument coming and you're like, see ya, go to China, I got a gig in China.
So like we never really get a chance to like do that, and then the pandemic happens.
Oh shit.
You fought it all out.
And not only am I like actually stuck in the country, I'm like in the same box of an apartment with her like 24/7. So then this test became like there was definitely a part, I totally admit it, there was definitely a part where I was like, oh shit, we're gonna find out for real if it's gonna like for real work out.
Yeah.
But then 6-7 months through the pandemic, suddenly I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna work out. You know what I mean? And it wasn't that I didn't have faith before. It was just like super validated by like giving me like a really hardcore like, you don't get to fuck around right now. Like you have to focus on whether or not you're gonna make it through spending like the rest of your life with this person. And it was like a hyper focused moment, and I don't know, it was just really fun. So
I want you to tell the story at your wedding, and I want you to read it. And you're like, and then after 6 months into the pandemic, I was like, oh shit, this is going to work out.
While he's tearing and shit.
Line. Oh yeah, this is gonna work out.
In a suit.
No, it's great though. So and all of my peers who have been married before always kind of like allude to this like next level. Yeah. And you know, if you're not there, you can't see it. You know what I mean? It's like that Homer Simpson episode where he's like climbing up the mountain, and then he finally passes that like line of clouds, only to see that the mountain like is way taller. It's kind of like that.
I used to call it Homer Simpson too. I never called it The Simpsons growing up. I was always like, oh, did you see Homer Simpson last night?
Oh, the whole show?
Honestly.
You know Homer Simpson's son when he talks to Homer Simpson's daughter?
No, dude, I totally get that because when Casey and I got engaged, like it totally does feel like you're, by having this kind of commitment set in motion, it's kind of like, oh fuck, yeah, like this is it. Because we were already living together, we had a kid already, I mean, involved.
Heyo.
Like, you know, having Isaac in the house, that's a whole nother commitment. And yeah, like getting engaged, it totally feels different, for sure.
Which, thank you for being there.
Yeah, I was
Bart.
honored to be there. It was so
Why didn't you go?
I think a way more famous dancer asked me to do something.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I didn't even get invited.
That's so
When did you do the proposal?
When?
Like last week, right? 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks
Oh,
ago?
so it's like fresh.
It was fresh. It was actually, so it kind of came out of nowhere. People were like, were you planning this? And I feel like I always knew I was either going to do something really basic, like out of nowhere, very like Jim and Pam from The Office, or very like just extravagant because like I'm crazy. And then it was actually about a month and a half ago that unfortunately we had to come to the terms that we were going to lose our studio in LA because, you know, pandemic is just really tough on us. So when we're closing the complex, we're like, what's like one last thing that we want to do? And we're like, well, let's put together kind of like a friends and family COVID safe like showcase and just invite like, you know, ourselves to come perform for ourselves and give one last kind of like hoorah. And so it was like the Monday before that show on Saturday? It was like that Monday, and suddenly I was like, oh shit, all the variables are in play. Her whole family's available. Some of her friends are in town. This is the last time I'm gonna get everybody in one building. This is like maybe the only chance I could do it. So then I had to plan it that whole week. I was nervous as freak, but it was like beautiful. It was.
Did everyone catch COVID?
Everyone caught COVID.
That's awesome.
Vaccine's available the next day.
That's minimal death.
Damn, that's dope, man. Was she like crying like, oh my god?
Yeah, she was hella crying, but she also knew.
How did she know?
What?
One of her friends leaked out the
dude.
info?
What's the point?
I have a feeling.
I fucked up.
Yeah, intuition.
How did you fuck up?
Because I was on a Zoom meeting and I'm like planning the showcase. So like everybody's talking to me on the Zoom meeting about like everything has to go down for the showcase. And there's one time that all your Zoom meetings are at home, so I'm like nonchalantly talking about shit. And then I randomly am talking about how like our parents are gonna be there. And then I catch myself on the Zoom meeting, I'm like, and I know she's in the living room. Everybody on Zoom meeting is looking at me like,
Oh no.
and that was on Wednesday.
Why is she so fucking nosy listening to
It's her fault
It is her fault.
that she has ears.
Did she turn around and you saw her grinning?
She already had like her mask off, like her makeup's all good and stuff like that, just like ready when like the light like moved.
So she knew.
Yeah, and her friend Jolene was like, hey, take off your mask, take off your mask.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Plus, like, you know when all the girls are saying like, hey, you gotta get your nails done. But it's like fucking COVID. Like, why the fuck are people getting their nails done? So her sister's like, hey, I gotta go get my nails.
People are so obvious, man.
The nails done is like the #1 thing, right? Yeah. Like, it's over.
Because you need the pictures with the ring, and you need to make sure your nails are done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wasn't even thinking like that.
This guy doesn't even know, bro. This guy.
I never even proposed.
Have you ever- You never been engaged?
Wait, are you serious?
No, I never proposed.
No, they just scheduled the wedding.
Oh, that's kind of tight.
I just sent her a Google Calendar invite.
Want to get
I
married?
sent her a
Question
Google
mark.
Calendar invite, and then she said, yes, I'm attending. But I didn't even propose.
Dude, he organized the wedding and then she accepted the Google Calendar invite.
She got to save the date and was like, "What? We're getting married."
The more you know him, the more it makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
He sent an invitation like through the mail to Gio, and that's how she found out.
No.
Did you ask her parents for permission?
That I did. So,
Via mail?
No, via Google Calendar.
right, yeah.
Text message?
Today's video is brought to you by Upstart.
And Upstart is super sick because if any of you guys have ever tried to take out a loan, it's a pain in the ass. You gotta go to a bank, you gotta get your credit score checked, and you gotta do all these things that's just based off of your FICO score. They look at things more than just your FICO score because they take into consideration your whole person.
And by the time I get the loan, guess what? I owe $20,000 more because they took so dang long.
Yeah, and the interest rate could be really, really high. So I might actually look into Upstart when we are gonna build our backyard.
Oh, really?
Once I move to Vegas, yeah.
To see what the rates are?
Just see what the rates are, just to compare. And I always think it's really, really good to compare. Like, regardless if you already have a good lender or you know you can qualify for something at the bank, but the part that I really like about it is that they're gonna look into it just more than my FICO score, into my education and everything, and you can, in 5 minutes, you can find out what you qualify for. So I don't think it hurts.
You know, it was extremely hard for me to get a personal loan from my bank, even though it was easier for my business loan. It was so bizarre. Like the way that the banking system is, like they don't give out personal loans as easily. So this is a really good thing, especially for people who like, you know, are in a tough situation or just don't want to deal with 20 credit card payments and they just want to do one easy payment of one APR. I think this is the way to go.
Yeah, so find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payment by going to upstart.com/off-the-record. That's upstart.com/off-the-record.
Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information that is provided in your loan application.
Go to upstart.com/off-the-record. No, I went to her house to ask for like her parents' blessing when she wasn't there, and I think that was important to me because like the whole family thing is really important. But then between me and her, I think since we knew we were gonna get married since like month 1, it just never became like a thing to kind of follow the usual steps. So when we were talking about getting married, she just started planning. And then it just happened. So I didn't even propose or anything.
Oh shit.
Weird, huh?
That's pretty tight.
That's pretty tight.
I feel like I fucked up now.
Yeah, they even got married without rings.
Really?
What? Yeah, we got rings later.
Like at the wedding. Did you guys get married in Hawaii?
Yeah.
And there were no rings.
I wasn't wearing shoes.
Beach weddings do let some things slide.
Like slides.
Yeah. Yeah, and then David married us. It was cool.
Yeah, it was really chill.
Damn.
It was like a 2-minute ceremony.
Oh shit.
It was actually just David roasting both of us for like,
Yeah, it really was.
But if you're gonna do a wedding, that's how you gotta do it, though.
yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
And literally the morning of, we were all playing basketball in the rain. And I think one of us got a text like, hey, we're gonna get married in like 15 minutes. Like, hey guys, gotta go back.
Oh my god.
Got the van.
And then they got dressed up.
And after you got married, were you like standing there with you and you're like, okay, what do you guys want to do?
You guys want a party?
No,
or?
we had more plans than that.
No, after that, our friend did a hula dance for us, and then we ate food.
Hawaiian food.
Yeah,
And then we went in the pool.
Did you get a pig?
Yeah, and it was raining.
We were swimming in the pool, yeah.
Did you get a pig? A pig for it? Like,
No.
Oh no, we got no, we didn't get a whole pig. We got Hawaiian catering, which is pretty good.
Like shredded pork.
Cool.
Yeah. But that was fun.
Yeah, it was quick. It was like really quick wedding.
Now I feel like I fucked up.
Why?
Think we could just get married like that?
Yeah.
No.
Why'd you like? Yeah. Why'd you?
No rings? No rings, no work.
You did an event and everything. You planned it all.
I think it just depends.
Cal invite plus basketball in the morning.
Yeah, dude. What a dream.
No shoes.
Your lady wouldn't have to get her nails done.
2-minute ceremonies. What the fuck? This is like a new standard that needs to be.
What are you?
got fucking dude.
What's your ideal wedding? What do you think you're gonna plan?
That's hard.
Is it because you feel pressured to make her happy and do what you think she wants?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Well, I mean, but obviously I'm happy about that.
wow. Good thing this is on Patreon.
It's not!
It's not?
It's live!
Okay, we can clean this up.
We're live. There's no editing in this.
Good thing she doesn't subscribe. Anyways.
She doesn't watch our videos anyway.
That's better.
No, I think to me, it's like, especially during like a year like this, it's really dope to see her be excited about stuff. You know what I mean? Suddenly it's like, fucking randomly, I'm always just like hearing shit. Like she's on the phone with her sister talking about random stuff, like fucking flowers and like table settings and like dresses and stuff. And obviously, she's happy. And at the same time, obviously, I'm like, I don't need to pay attention to this. This is like far off for me for now. But just the idea of like being excited about shit, especially during this year, is like really cool. So I think that's just something I just want to like nurture and foster for her.
I'm actually really surprised to hear that. I really pictured you the type of groom that would be like
Groomzilla?
More involved, because especially the way that you propose and then the way that you organize events and stuff, like I would see you have your hands in there.
I just subtly slip in my,
Your 2 cents?
I'm like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Here are your options. A or B.
What would be your ideal wedding if you could have it 100% your way? And what would be her ideal?
Here's the hard part. Okay, if it was 100% my way, we gotta
Everyone's in black.
that, like, if it was 100% my way, she first of all, she's probably like, think about like the bridal party. She's gonna have maybe like 6 to 9 people tops. Like very like, I know all of them. They like very close.
6 to 9 bridesmaids?
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
Okay, well in the concept of your
I had
was
like
max.
8. I think I had 8 groomsmen.
I'm about to have,
You got 8
I would've
groomsmen?
asked for like 40. I would have had my whole crew up there just to make a statement.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like,
And no one in the audience.
look at the photo. You gotta have like, you know, bridesmaids right here, and then just like rows, choir boys.
Yeah, but no guys in the audience though.
Yeah.
It'll just be like your parents.
all their plus ones.
It's not special if everyone can do it.
Eh.
That's like everyone being a millionaire. It can't happen, and it would be very boring.
That's why we didn't have any at our wedding. Cause I'm like, I don't want to
dang.
be picking.
No bridal party.
Zero. None.
Because there'll be nobody in the audience.
Shit, the wrong way.
Ah, man, I think it's preference. Dude.
Yeah, I do whatever.
Totally preference.
Because imagine getting 8 to 9 people to organize to get their dresses and then their outfits. That's a nightmare,
I
bro.
was just
But some people are down
Their
with it.
jobs.
Some people are cool with it.
Yeah.
Some people.
That's what he does on a daily. All the guys have to wear the same shit.
Yeah, that's actually. So I think you should have 40. Because if there's ever a blueprint to follow, it's your blueprint.
Coordinating human beings wearing the same stuff, standing in a spot. Should be
That's-
pretty simple.
That's what you guys do all the time.
All we have to do.
And all they have to do is stand there.
I'm looking at them like 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. But I mean, obviously that can't happen. If I were to have things 100% my way,
Like COVID didn't exist.
COVID didn't exist.
Yeah.
Well, she would perform for me. I think it would be so cliche for people, especially her family, to expect some like Kendra's performance at the wedding.
Well, she's a dancer too, right?
Cliche.
She has like dancing experience.
Yeah, she does. So her and her whole family has to, and her mom has to perform for me. That would be great.
Oh, that's tight.
That would be
Perform
great.
for me. I like that. Perform for me.
Yes.
Perform.
I gotta sit down and just enjoy it. I think,
For once, I get to be the audience.
yeah, you know, like Chinese, Vietnamese typical weddings. You know, like you go to like a fucking seafood restaurant or some shit.
Yeah, and then they give you money and
They give money. So I would hope for a ton of money.
Yeah.
That would that would be sick,
I was gonna say like a guy's ideal wedding is a free one.
right?
Oh yeah.
Cause like I think we're all down to do whatever. It's just it hurts how fucking much you have to pay.
The upfront
for
cost.
one day, for one day's event.
'cause
Yeah.
for us, it's like fuck. Seriously?
Well, back in the day, they would have the bride's family pay.
I like.
When did that stop?
I like those rules. Those are dope rules.
Well, no, before that.
Talking like you got married 8 times in a row.
True.
That's true.
You
What's
have-
Yeah, Joe sounds like a real divorcee.
Stop.
You would have to give the dowry though, so it would always cost.
So is it the same amount? Like the
It's a wash.
value wise?
It's a wash.
Is it a balance? Like is it like
It's a net zero.
right? It's like a balance, right? No matter what you lose.
Yeah, if you have a good wedding, you break even, and then you get like an air fryer or something.
Yeah, but then the Chinese weddings though, you're supposed to get paid for them, so you kind of break even, right?
You know, they go back into like the kitchen room and they like ask how much like the wedding costs in terms of all the food, and then they like divvy it up, so they only pay you enough to cover like,
Just the food.
yeah.
So like
which is like
everything else.
still sweet and nice, and I'm very thankful if anybody's watching. But
So calculated, huh?
yeah, it's like, hey, just throwing a little extra. You know?
Hey, that's better than other Western weddings where you get zero from the guest, only like your Amazon registry.
Yeah, just pay us in Bitcoin, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's a real move.
in Mexican culture, like the tradition is during the reception, there's like the money dance where the bride gets pinned with a whole bunch of money. So that's a tradition for my culture, right? But it was weird to be like, hey, people bring cash, so we actually provided the cash for people just to do it.
Yeah.
Like just for like
that kind of makes sense.
the whole event of it.
Yeah, you should combine all those practices, all the money making practices for a wedding.
I've seen a lot of the
Combine them.
money dance stuff at like Filipino weddings and stuff like that too.
Should have been like Kim Kardashian and monetized off of the wedding.
Yeah, get sponsors.
Wedding brought to you by Kencha Bang Noodles.
I'm down to get like a JK News sponsor or something like that, you know? At least the cameras.
We're looking for sponsors.
We'll go back to Off the Record where it's Anthony's wedding.
Hey!
This video is sponsored by JK Films on Anthony's wedding.
Yes, dude, that'd be sick.
Can you imagine our logo on your guys' like suit and dress?
Yeah,
all the sponsors have to be like you're a race car.
Yeah, dude. forget JK party. You guys do JK
You got
wedding.
Jumbi, you got Barbell Brigade, all these, and then it's like
It's just a gym in the corner.
yeah, dudes just working out and shit.
Just making right before the photos.
For the reception, it's like Barbell Brigade protein shakes for everybody.
There's pre-workout before the party.
And dancing. Ooh, protein shakes and dancing. Ooh.
Pre-workout and dancing.
Rice balls.
Yeah, dude, that's a good idea. I think you guys are on something.
I think
That'd be sick.
this is.
I think you guys have to do it. And then for your wedding, since you're gonna have a lot of people, you have to create a bubble. So you'd have like the NBA bubble, but for your wedding, that'd be cool. That way you could have 40 people as.
Just like 14 days of just all like JK sponsorship.
Like Kim Kardashian's birthday party on that private island.
I don't really follow Kim Kardashian, to be honest.
Well, I have to because she's in the news.
Oh, I have to. Yeah.
You got plans like a tentative date for the wedding or no?
I feel like it'll probably be something like next spring, and I also feel like we'll probably be in Maui.
Oh, that's sick to say.
I love Maui.
Yeah, I got a lot of family in Hawaii. She's got family in Hawaii too. My parents were actually they met after they came over from the war. They met in Hawaii and got married there, and had my sister there.
Wow.
Wait, on Maui?
In Oahu at that time.
Cause my family lives in Maui right now.
Oh really? Mm-hmm. Oh damn! All about your family.
Your family's in there too?
Like your family's going to the wedding. No. So yeah, just a lot of history there, and just it would be dope to like kind of like get that familial connection to bring into our new family.
Family.
How cute. How about kids? Do you guys have one?
Your last name is Lee, so it's family.
Yeah, that's our group me. Anyways, kids. Yeah, I keep on. I feel like I'm trying to. I don't know if I'm ready for it. Nobody's ever ready. But I feel like I try to mentally prepare. I always tell her stuff like 10, 12 kids.
For real?
He's trying to make real kinjas, you know what I mean?
How old is she?
Kinjas.
You want 2 dance groups?
28.
rivaling dance.
Trying to make 2 dance groups?
Well, the thing is, it's like it sounds funny in our generation, but like my dad's like 4th oldest of 12. Wow. And my mom's the youngest of 8.
But your dad also has depression, right?
Nah, he's cool.
I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. He had depression when he had me, but after that it was alright.
How many siblings you got?
I only have one older sister.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you feel like that family's too small?
Well, it's about like, well, to me, it's always about the growing up experience as kids, right? I had like a bunch of cousins here on like the West Coast. Yeah. So anytime families get together, you're just like playing with a shitload of kids. Whereas I look at like my sister, who's my one sister, and her kids, so I have a niece and nephew, but like I don't have any children yet. So in terms of like their direct cousins that are like around, there's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when I think about big families, I don't actually just think about like the next generation. It's almost like even like multiple generations on like how that kind of just, everybody wants to build a little army, right? You know?
You know what's crazy?
Trying to be like Genghis Khan.
You know Hawk?
That's my dream.
Hawk's the only child, and both of his parents are only children.
Child. Oh yeah.
That's crazy,
That's like
huh?
the last 2 generations of China, right?
That's insane.
Dang.
Right? With like the one child law, so it's like,
So you're
that's
really
also
trying
how
to have
families get
12?
rich though. No, I'm trying to mentally prepare for,
So settle for like 7?
I'll fucking settle for 1 if we get lucky. I mean, I'm gonna be thankful at the end of the day, but it would be great to have a few children if I could afford it.
You're not scared of her pussy being destroyed?
Destroyed? No, my dick is this big.
Okay.
But the baby's gonna be bigger than that.
He's like, oh, okay, yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I mean,
It's true. You didn't even think about the baby. That's funny.
I honestly, at the end of the day, it's a, I can say whatever I want, but it comes down to like how she feels, how it goes down.
Yeah, it's
if
her
we get
body.
lucky, you know what I mean? Like, I've heard a lot of stories. I've seen a lot of situations, you know, especially from people in our generation. So at this point,
They ate too much McDonald's and they can't have a baby.
yeah, it would just be great to get lucky. You know what I'm saying?
That's the reason, Joe.